think of resilience as the ability to bounce back. So you've had a horrible disappointment, you've had a horrible shock, someone has died, you didn't get into the school that your parents kept saying was the good one, your best friend has dumped you and you just don't know why, everyone in your class has been French kissing and no one seems to want to French kiss you, or whatever it is, or your brother or sister's always doing brilliantly at everything and in all the teams and you're not, or whatever it is, you're getting a blow, you're dealt a blow. And I think people think resilience is, you've had this horrible blow, it has been a shock, it has knocked you for six, you are upset, you do feel sad, but somehow or other you find within you the ability to, as everyone wants you to do, bounce back. So you show up, you smile, you put a good face on it, you do go to the party even though every single person at the party knows you just failed the exam, or your grandma just died. You do go, and that is resilience. It's having this sort of metal, the kind of inner core of strength that somehow enables you to, another thing people love, soldier on. And I would say that as somebody who's doing it right now.
I was about to ask how you're doing.
Well, last week, it was only on Wednesday, and what day is this? Tuesday, so it's less than a week ago, I was summoned to be told that my television show, which I thought had a year's commission, is ending on July the 17th. And I was very, very, very disappointed, very shocked, and very sad. And I still am. I'm all of those things. I really am. Is it the end of my world? No.
Yeah, you're very busy, aren't you? Well, you're very busy anyway.
Well, I'm busy, and also I know that, health is important, family and friends, and, it's happened to me before in life and all of those sorts of things. So is it enough to flatten me utterly, confine me to bed and have me weeping 24/7? No, but it's pretty sad and hurtful and upsetting and all of those things. And I'm trying to summon every inch of resilience that I garnered over my lengthy sojourn on the planet to still smile. I still have to present the show for another 19 shows. And also I like presenting the show, so I'm sort of pleased and also sad to do it for 19 more shows. Do the podcast with you. I'm on LBC every Saturday. I've got lots going on. But the point is, it does take some resilience to put a jolly face on it and keep on doing it when really you just want to go, my show, oh wow, oh no, I'm so upset. So, and I'm a grown up and I've been around the block far too many times, and it is very difficult. So can I just say that when people say children, they really need resilience, they may well be in an excellent place themselves, the adults saying this.
That's right.
And just kind of summoning up this mythical, magical resilience, which is actually bloody damn difficult to do. As I'm doing it right now, and it's really hard to do. You don't really feel like doing it. And when you're a child and you haven't had it,
and you've got no experience of what will happen, this kind of ability to carry on, as you said, and it's a shame that it's true. You've been through similar things in your career before, and you've seen that you then can carry on and do other great things, meet other great people, make projects that are fantastic, write a book, there's loads and loads of other things out there to do. Just when you can't do one thing, you can do lots of others. You can see that even that is sometimes not enough to make you feel better.
No, it's really hard. So I just say all this kind of, they must have more resilience. It's like, mate, resilience is bloody damn difficult to muster, whoever you are. And however much you give yourself a stern lecture and however life has prepared you with sorrow and disappointment and all of that, a fresh one is a fresh blow. It's damn difficult. So it's a bit like when children fall over and really, really hurt their knee and grown-ups like, come on, brush it up, dust it off, you're fine. And then once I was carrying a huge laundry basket, and so I had no hands to help myself. I fell off a step into the garden, and it hurt so much. I felt so ashamed of myself for the number of times I said to you and your sister, come on, just, brush it down, you'll be fine. I didn't feel fine. It really hurt like hell. And resilience, I'm telling you right now, at this moment in my life, which is pretty difficult.
Relying a lot.
Yeah, don't start expecting your children to just sum up great big vats of resilience, because it's really hard, even for grown-ups. And I just want to say that, though, it's nothing to do with an anxiety bag.
I think what we're talking about is this idea that we're trying to teach our children resilience over time. We're trying to show them there are ways to feel how you feel and still get on with what you have to do. So we're not saying you're not allowed sad feelings, you're not allowed to be worried, you're not allowed to be anxious. We're saying the resilience is feeling anxious and doing it anyway. In your case, feeling sad and doing it anyway. Doing what you have to do, doing what people want to do, doing it anyway. And that's the hard part. So the idea of the anxiety bag, I think, is instead of saying you can't survive without this bag, if we forget it, all is lost. It's saying, actually, you're the kind of person who does loads of cool stuff the whole time, even when you're scared. Look at how much you've done the last year. Look, giving your children this ability to have perspective, which you've got from your own experience in your life. They're too little to be able to make perspective.
Mm.
So we're going to show them, well, last week when you went to the play date, you weren't sure you liked it. And actually, you had a really, really great time. One of the things I do is, which I think is really funny, is sometimes with my children, when they've made a big fuss about doing something they don't really fancy doing because they're children and all children do it, when they finish and they've had a really nice time, I film them saying that they've had a really nice time so I can show them the next time they don't want to do it,
Yeah.
that actually they themselves said they were going to have a nice time. Does it work? No, they still always, they're children, they make a fuss. But the idea is that they can use their own perspective, their own memory, their own experience to start building up tools and blocks that help you see that there is this perspective, that things do carry on, that life continues, that there are other great things that can happen. And I'm absolutely certain that's true for you. In the same way
thanks.
that I'm certain it's true for the children that I work with. Then they say, I didn't get into the secondary school I was meant to. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. My job is not to fix it and make it better. It's to say that was rough, but I've seen you survive other things. And I think that's the thing with this anxiety bag. We're trying to reframe it and show our children that actually there are loads of things that can help them feel better when they don't feel like themselves.
And I would also take the razz out of the whole thing and say, let's not get anxious about the anxiety bag.
Exactly.
Let's not carry around a whole load of anxiety.
That's right.
Do you think chewing gum might help? Do you want to put in a few peanuts? Or if you're not allergic to them, for God's sake. If you're allergic, don't put them in.
Don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, anything you think can add to your confidence today?
That's right.
Yeah, your bottle of water,
What I do is
whatever
we're
it is.
teaching children resilience over time. We're not embarrassing them for the feelings they have now, and we're showing them that they regularly complete things they thought they couldn't. And that when they're on the way to do the entrance exam or have a play date they haven't had for a long time or go to a birthday party when they haven't been to one, the things that helped last time were this, so we'll try them again. But we're not completely reliant on those things. And there's also like an insurmountable, huge amount of an array, a pantheon, a plethora of different possible options that could help them. The universe is full of other things. It's not just the 5 things in this bag are the only things that can help.
When I was a little girl, there used to be these things. They were in these little plastic round things like about that size. You get those nail varnish remover pads now in those little, they were like in those. And they were called quickies. And they were just a cold wipe.
Right.
So nobody thought quickies was sexual or rude or had any double entendre whatsoever, but they were just called quickies, and they were in a little plastic thing that kept them moist or I don't know. And we desperately wanted them. Everyone wanted them. All children were in the summer. You just wanted them.
Yeah.
And as you had your quickies in this little thing, and you could wipe your face with them, just felt marvelous. They were just a marvelous thing.
Exactly.
So something like a small thing of baby wipes.
Yeah, and in the winter, a little packet of tissues that goes in their pocket or something like that. The idea is that we're trying to show children there are lots of different ways to make yourself feel better. And you're the kind of person who sometimes needs a bit of support to do something, but you always get it done. You're that kid. You're that kid, you do it. And so you're that kid.
I'm that kid. That's
You're
right.
that kid.
Thank you. And you're my kid. So thank you very much indeed. All right. So we're going to be back with our favourite part of the show, which has never felt so good. Something that doesn't cost anything at all or very little that you can do with your children to remind you you're very pleased you had them. You love them really and they're rather nice. And also we're going to be answering one of your questions, which you can send to us on
Help My Child's Anxious Pod on our Instagram or helpmychildsanxious@gmail.com.